Hello, and welcome to another edition of Delta Media Group's Tech Tuesday. Today, I have got a new feature for you. Well, kind of a new feature. So we're going to go over the WYSIWYG editor, and we've kind of gone over that a bit before. But specifically, we've added some new features to it that allows you to add featured listings onto those pages and really define what featured listings you want those pages to display. So, I mean, this is a big request that we've gotten a lot before, and we're happy to finally have it in there. So, without further ado, into the DeltaNet we go. So here we are on the welcome page as always, and in this case, this feature is attached to all of the WYSIWYG editors on the site. So on one hand, we can go to Website and down to Overviews, and go down to our Paragraph About You section. So I can either scroll down there, or I can just type Paragraph, and I could use that editor in this section to modify the way stuff shows up on the actual homepage on my website. Or I think what is probably going to be a little bit more useful for this overall would be the creation of like area pages. So that is kind of the example I'm going to go over. The way you would do that is you would go to Website and down to Pages, and we're going to create a new page, and the type is going to be Custom. And that gives us access to this WYSIWYG editor where we can really customize the page. So one way that you could do this is I'll go to this page and I'm going to say add a contact form, and we'll put it on the right side. We will leave it as a general contact form. We can put a title on it. So I'll just call it custom title. That way you know where it shows up. And there we go. So that way I have those filled out, so when you see the form, you'll have an idea of what those fields will do. But basically, this allows you to customize the form however you see fit. I'll take the checkbox options off of the form, and I'll show you what that does as we get to the page. And then we'll leave this as a standard style page. So what the plan is here is I'm going to make a page that is specific to an area of my choosing. So if I wanted to make these area specific pages, I can do that. And put some featured listings on it so that some listings from the area I chose will show up on that page on their own. So down here we'll say, we'll call it the Canton, Ohio page. Welcome to Canton, Ohio. Exclamation point. So now I'm going to make that a little bigger. Let's make that our page heading. Put it in the center because why not? And then I want to put a video on my page below that. I just happened to prepare myself ahead of time. Here's a video tour of Canton. Perfect, right? So I'm going to copy the URL from the YouTube page. Now in this case, all I've done is gone to YouTube. I searched for a video that covers the area that I want. In your case, you'll actually want to use a video that you made, preferably. Something that you either created yourself or had created for this website. That way, you're really highlighting the area and you're really making something unique. You're not getting any kind of duplicate content or anything at that point. So I just grabbed something. And now I'm going to go back into the DeltaNet, insert media. The source is going to be that YouTube video URL, and OK. We'll try to center that also. We'll see if that's centered. I'm not holding my breath, but it might have. This page is all about Canton, Ohio. We'll do that. Lots of custom text about how great it is around here. Sounds like a good plan, right? So the idea here is I've just titled the page, I've inserted a video, and then I've added my own kind of custom paragraph below that. And then search engines will be able to pick up on that paragraph and see that this page is about this specific area, so it'll help you out there. Plus it's something that customers that are considering moving to the area could find really useful. And this isn't, the nice thing about doing this yourself is this is content that is unique to you. I mean, the customer can only get it on your website, and it really personalizes the whole experience. So the downside is it takes some time to build it initially, but it ends up being worth it in the end. So now that I have added in my custom paragraph here, I'm going to go up to this brand new button. Now what this button does, this is the button, it allows you to automatically insert what we call shortcodes onto the page. So basically it inserts just a little piece of code that will automatically do something, so it doesn't display as the code on your web page. So for example, if I wanted to click on this and I go down and I click on reviews, it adds in this code for reviews, and then on the public site, that will be replaced by my most recent customer reviews. Also, if I wanted to put a quick search form on this page, which wouldn't be a bad idea on an area page, I can click there and there's my quick search form. So that'll just be replaced by a regular little quick search box on the actual web page. In this case, what I am going to do is click here and I'm going to choose featured listings. Now if I choose standard featured listings, I can just pick a number and that'll use my regular featured listing settings. So this will just be the featured listing settings that I've set up for my home page under website and listing display. So, and we've gone over those settings before. But in this case, I want these featured listings to be specific to this area I've chosen. So I'm going to say featured listing advanced, and then I'm going to go through here and really narrow down exactly what I want to show as featured listings on this page. So in this page, or in this case, the page is about Canton, Ohio, so I'll pick Canton. Let's say I want it to be like a standard representation or a more standard representation, but I also want it to show nice places. So I'm going to say do something like that. So that takes out the most expensive ones and it also takes out the least expensive ones. So we end up with kind of a good sampling in the middle, but still showing nicer homes in our featured listing section. Now in this case, I don't know how well that is going to work on this page because we only have sample data on this website instead of the real listing data, but I guess we're going to find out, right? So as we scroll down, you see that we can customize beds and baths. We can do property category, property type. So if I wanted this to be specifically about commercial listings in Canton, Ohio, I could change this category to commercial, and then this featured listings box would only show commercial listings. And up here, I kind of skipped over, but I'm going to change this so that it shows 3 listings. What this does is it will create a box that displays your featured listings, and this is how many listings it'll display in the box. So by default it's set to 1. In this case I'm going to have it show 3. I'll scroll down here and you can see all the other category you can use in here to determine exactly what listings you want to be included by this featured listings box. And there it is, story of my life. I can't get to the save button. So once you save these settings, it'll insert the featured listings box by dropping that little bit of featured listings code down here at the bottom. So it'll insert code that'll look really similar to this, only there'll be more criteria added to the end of it. So right now it's just showing featured listings with a size of 3, so it's going to show 3 featured listings. With the other feature, once you complete it, it'll show also 3 featured listings, but based on the criteria that I picked there. Now the last thing you can do on this page is once you have your featured listings in place, I can also say click here to view all listings in this market. And I would actually put the market name there, so in this case I could say all listings in Canton, Ohio. And I'll go ahead and highlight, click here, and we'll turn that into a link to that specific results page. Now to get that, I'm going to go to my public site, and I'm just going to do a search for Canton, Ohio. I'm just going to think about it for a minute. And this is the page I wanted to go to. In this case, I wanted to go to a map search results page. I could change this results view to gallery view if I wanted to load up the gallery view instead. But we'll grab that URL, and I'm just copying it. So we can right-click, copy, or you can just Control-C or Command-C, depending on what you're using. And we'll go back over here. Click here is highlighted, so I'm going to click my little link button. I'm going to paste in the URL, the page I want that link to go to. Click OK. And there we are. So now the other settings on this page are just the standard settings you'll see with all these. So you have link title, so you're going to want to add a link to this to your top navigation, and this is what that link will say. So we'll just call it Canton, Ohio. Never capitalize that H. We want to show in the navigation area, so we'll put that navigation menu box. We'll check that. We want the page title to be information about Canton, Ohio. And it's also a good practice to enter a meta description tag, and this is the description of the page that search engines will pick up whenever they crawl over this page. So if a search engine basically finds this page, the description they associate with it will be the one that you type in here. So basically you just want a brief paragraph that comprises a readable description on this page. So this page contains information about Canton, Ohio. The main thing is you want this to actually be readable. And it's a good idea to put the name of the area in there also, because search engines will pick that up. But at the same time, you don't want to just fill it with references to the area or 6 different ways of saying the same area name, because search engines will pick up on that and they could actually penalize you for that. So basically just a brief readable description. As long as it makes sense to the customer, it kind of takes care of itself. And then meta keywords tag are where you would put in different spellings separated by commas and different individual words that describe this particular page or this particular area, but search engines don't use that much these days. So the last thing, under page URL, you can also customize the URL of this page. So I'll go ahead and do that. It's always a good idea to put in a custom URL there, and you can see I just did a / and then what I want the page name to be. The way that works is it'll be the domain of my website, so mywebsite.com, followed by whatever you put here. So in this case, / Canton, Ohio information. So now I'm going to cross our fingers and click submit. And there we go, our page should be created. So to see what it looks like, we have this link to this page button, so I'm going to go down here and click on it. And here's what we built. So you can see welcome to Canton, Ohio. We have our form over here on the right. And you can see that we removed the checkbox options. The title of the form is where we typed in that custom title. These are the default comments that we typed into the comments for the form field. These are our 3 featured listings, and right here is our link to go to all the listings in Canton, Ohio. And if I click it, it should take us back to that map page that we talked about. So there you go. Now, you can also do market landing pages or pre-built area pages like this, where you just put in a market and our system does the rest. But these are nice because they give you the ability to put in some further customizations to really build something that's entirely your own, which can really be helpful, and it can really speak to the customer. All this information is from you, and this embedded video is also a great idea. If you do any video content or you create any custom videos on your own, it's a great idea to post these on your website, and this is a nice way to go about doing it. So there you have it. So as always, thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy doing Tech Tuesday each week. And if there's anything we can help you with, or if you have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to give us a call or send an email into support@deltagroup.com, or go ahead and comment on one of our videos. Thanks a lot, and I will see you next week.